So last Friday was kind of eventful. Unless you've been living under a rock, the Pokemon company has revealed that Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen will be ported to the Nintendo Switch systems. They revealed it 1 week ahead of Pokemon Day, but hey, we're getting them. And I'm in the camp that's happy about this. I'm glad that these games are getting re-released. But if you've been paying attention online, there's been a lot of discussion about the pricing and how the games are being released. Let's start with how the games are being released. The port. It's just a simple port. So there will be no additional functions. No save states, no rewind function, no Wi-Fi capabilities, nothing of that. The games will be released in the same state they were back in 2004. But the games will still keep their wireless functions like they did in the past, so you can still trade and battle locally. And I know many people were hoping for Wi-Fi capabilities so you can battle and trade online or some extra additions, but it's a port. It was never meant to be. They didn't do that for the Gen 1 and Gen 2 releases on the Nintendo 3DS, and I never expected them to do it for this release as well. I might have been slightly wishful, but I was never that optimistic. So yeah, many people are disappointed and angry about that, but what pissed people off the most was actually the price. So yeah, let's talk about the price. It's $20. It's not $20 for both, it's $20 each. So if you want both games, you will have to be kind and pay Nintendo $40. Yay! And this is where the fan base is split. So I'm gonna give my opinions first. $20 for one game is not that bad. I'm not defending it, but I'm telling you it could have been worse, because many people were expecting it to cost around $30 each. Me personally, since the Gen 1 and Gen 2 games for the Nintendo 3DS got released for $10 each, I was expecting this game to be released around $15 to $20, so I was kinda on the mark. I would have loved for it to be lower, but I'm fine with this. But plenty of people are not, and this is why they have decided to pick up their pitchforks. There are actually two factions that are mad. Maybe more, but these are the loudest, so let's talk about them. The first people that we're gonna talk about that are mad are the Nintendo Online Service subscription players. They were hoping that FireRed and LeafGreen would be added to that collection, but Nintendo had other plans. And I get the frustration, I really do. You're paying for a subscription that you are waiting for beloved games to get released there, but they never do. And you get mad. You are starting to question why you're even paying for that subscription. But here's the thing, Nintendo was never gonna release them there. They are, after all, a company. And what do companies love? Money! So the only correct choice for them was to release the game and let you buy them each separately. And it makes all the sense in the world, considering that Pokemon is Nintendo's most profitable franchise. So of course they are gonna milk it like the milk tank factory. It's easy money to make on a 20-plus-year-old game. So yeah, Nintendo's gonna rack in those millions. And then there's the other camp. The camp that's happy that you can buy them, but that's pissed that it's gonna be $20 each. This frustration I can actually get more behind. Cause yeah, I'm fine with the $20 pricing, but they could have and they should have went lower, like 10 or 15. Because this port is the bare minimum effort. It's the lowest effort that Nintendo is making. They are not putting in any work that would justify the $20 price. They are just letting you pay $20 so you can emulate the games on the Switch. They have done nothing extra to justify that price. Like, if we compare it to Silksong, which also costs $20, I would pay twice the money for Silksong. These two games may have the same price point, but they are not in the same league. But if we compare to how much the original copies cost these days, if you want a physical copy of FireRed or LeafGreen, you would have to pay, let's say $100+ for it, and that's without the cartridge. The second-hand market is brutal, might cost you a kidney or a liver. So yeah, if you want them for the modern Nintendo Switch systems, $20 is as cheap as it gets. But if you don't care on where you play it, there's always emulation, because these days you can run it on your phone. I'm not promoting, I'm just saying. Because if you haven't noticed, the file size is only 40 megabytes. It's 40 megabytes. It's so small that you could run it on a calculator. No modern phone should have any struggles to run this, so you can always have these games in your pocket. But that's not the authentic feeling that some people chase. Honestly, Nintendo should have released this as a bundle for $20 or $30 and people would have been much less mad. And if you actually look at it, it's not that much of a price difference, but it's not always about the price. It's about principles and sending a message. Right now, the fans are seeing that the message Nintendo is giving them is that they are greedy. I honestly never expected the price to cause this much of a discussion, but here we are. Should you get these games? I think you should if you've never played them before. These are good Pokemon games that will give you many hours of playtime. If you just look at the value you get for it, then yeah, $20 is fair. And funnily enough, these will be one of the best Pokemon games on the Nintendo Switch and one of the cheapest. Kinda puts things into perspective. The Switch years have been some dark years for the mainline Pokemon series. It's kinda weird to say that the first games that got released on the Nintendo Switch, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, are the most polished ones. Hey, they're also Gen 1 remakes. But yeah, I still think these games are worth it, even though I would have loved for them to be a slightly lower. Are they worth it to you? Will you be getting them? Will you be not? And which one will you be getting? I already have my physical copy of LeafGreen, and Bulbasaur is my favorite Kanto starter. But since I don't own it, I'll think I'll go with FireRed this time around. So yeah, that's all I had. I have no idea what to do with this YouTube channel, but I might do a Let's Play when the games release. So if you have been watching / listening to this video to the end, I have to say thank you. But I don't know how to do outro, so I'm just gonna end it here. Thanks, bye!